Hey, what's up, guys? As you can see, got my thumb wrapped up here. Got into a kung fu accident, taking part in kung fu. Broke my thumb. So I got it wrapped up now, guys. But anyway, sorry for it being really loud. Just needed it to be really loud for some reason. I was gonna go to a Billy Joel concert once, but it got canceled because Billy Joel had the flu and I couldn't make it. So I couldn't go to Billy Joel, and it really sucked that I couldn't go to Billy Joel. So, just wanted to tell you that story about not being able to go to a concert. And listen, this week is really important. It's really not important for me, though. Doesn't matter if I win, but, it's really important for Peter because he's got to really win this week. And I don't know if he'll admit it or not, but he's got to really win. And if he doesn't win, it's really an important week for him to win. Even if he doesn't admit about winning, it's really important that he does win this week. Because, if he doesn't win, then math dictates that he would go from 4-0. And if you add one loss, it would then be 4-1. So 0 plus 1 loss equals 1, and that would make his record 4-1. And if you add one win to my record, that would make me 4-1 as well, because 3 plus 1 win, if you do the math, you get 4, and that would give me 4 wins on the season, guys. And I think that's what my record would be if I'm doing that math correctly, but I'm not sure. Math is hard. All right, guys, I really didn't like how that first video went. So I wanted to do it over again, but for some reason I'm going to keep that first part in, even though I didn't like it, and even though you could barely hear me over all the wind and the sounds of my flat tires. Anyway, I think that Michael is going to beat Cisco this week. His team's a lot better. I'm going to just start talking about other matchups this week, not my own, because apparently I don't really care about my own matchup. So let's talk about everybody else's matchups. I really don't know who everybody else is playing, but Michael's playing Cisco, and I think Michael's going to beat Cisco. It's just Michael's team is better, and Cisco's team's been playing like crap. So I think Michael's team is going to win, It's going to be a big matchup this week. Not a big matchup for me, but it's definitely a big matchup for Peter. He's not going to admit it, but it's a really big matchup for Peter, even though he doesn't want to admit that it's a big matchup. And we covered the math before. If I win, I go to 5 because 4 plus 1 is 5. And then it's 5 and 0 for me because 0 plus 0 is 0. And that would make me 5 and 0 on the season. And it really doesn't matter if I go 5 and 0 or if I lose and 4 plus 0 is 4 still, and then you add 1 for the loss to the 0 that I had previously in my loss column. That would make me 4-1, and it really doesn't matter because Cisco's team sucks this year. I really don't think Ben's team's any good, so it doesn't really matter if I lose, win, tie. I could actually lose out the whole year. That's how bad Cisco's playing so far this year. I'll just lose the rest of the year, and if you add all those losses up, it's incalculable. And it's impossible math to figure it out if I were to lose every single game the rest of the way. But I would be okay. But my hand is broken. Kung Fu. It's really a big matchup. And if you think about it, my team is so good at this point. Like 200 points really doesn't mean anything anymore. Even though it's almost impossible to score 200 points like 8 times or 11 times. Because I remember Chris's team once scored 200 points and more 8 times in a season. Cisco did it 11 times in a season once, and nobody else has even did it 4 times. But my team is so good. I'm going to score 200 points a week no matter what. So at this point, a good week for me is 300, 350 points. And I could easily see myself scoring that every week because my team is that good now. And if you looked at the game on Thursday, Josh Gordon, he's killing it now. He scored a touchdown. The Patriots threw a Hail Mary to him. basically up by like 30 points, and they finally put him on the field. They finally trusted him enough to put him on the field once they were up by like 40, 50 points, and Brady just threw all the way up to him, and somehow, some way, he came down with it with 17 guys around him. But, you know, that's going to happen every week now. So Gordon's going to put up 20 points every week. I figured out the tight end situation with Ebron, and it's just the way it is now. So 200's nothing now. 250's nothing now. I'm probably a 300-point week team now. I don't see how I'm not. And even if I lose every game, I'm still scoring 300 points a week. So I'm going to be fine. And I don't know. I had a long, awkward pause in my last video, so I just did it again. And I really kind of think maybe, possibly, I might win this week.